I am incredibly excited about Josh Naylor being a Mariner right now. Josh Naylor just got a home run today, and with that home run, it was one of those things where you're like, okay. And he also stole a base and ended up on third when he forced an errant throw out to the end. But what really won us this game today was Ben Williamson. Ben Williamson had amazing defense at third. He went 2 for 3 with a ribby today at the plate, and that was pretty epic. For that, to see that, because it was like, okay. We've seen some really cool play from Mariners players over the last few years, but we've also seen some really bad play from Mariners players over the last few years. And at third base, we've thought about making a trade for a third baseman, with Eugenio Suarez being the name most often linked to potential trades for a third baseman for the Mariners. Mariners today had a decent game. Luis Castillo went really late in the game. 7 innings. Unfortunately, he did not have a complete game, so he wasn't eligible for a complete game shutout, but super happy to see how he went. And it allowed us to know that we are going to have someone who is potentially going to have one of the best starting pitching options for the Mariners, should the Mariners get into the postseason. And I think the Mariners, based on the way that they did today, are going to get into the postseason. Simply based on the way things are going. And as we know, the Mariners in the postseason are a team that may or may not do well, but there's a million different things that can happen in the postseason. Overall today at the plate, the Mariners had some struggles, but they also had some pop. The reason I say they had some struggles is because they were literally just excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm struggling to talk right now as I just watched a pretty epic Mariners baseball. At the plate today, Julio went off 4 with 2 strikeouts as the leadoff hitter. Cal had 2 hits, both of them singles, 1 ribby, struck out. Randy Arozarena 1 for 4, Josh Naylor 2 for 4, 2 runs, 1 ribby, Jorge Polanco 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Mitch Garver had a sac fly today, struck out twice. Dom Canzone walked twice and had a hit. Dylan Moore went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and a walk. It actually should have been a home run, but nobody challenged it. And then instead of it also potentially being a strikeout versus a walk, it was a big problem. The ump didn't know what he was doing. His batting average goes down to 197. Ben Williamson, MVP of this game, in my opinion, and in the opinion of Root Sports. He had absolutely amazing plays at third base that I don't think a lot of third basemen can make, and he actually ended a couple of scoring opportunities for the Athletics, as the Athletics ended up falling today because of, unfortunately, just them not really knowing what they're doing as a baseball team. And I can say that they really don't know what they're doing. And the reason I say that is because you would expect that the baseball team would do well, whether or not they were if they knew what their home stadium was. Unfortunately, this baseball team has a home stadium that's a Triple-A ballpark, and it was bad. It was really, really bad to the point where I felt bad for the Oakland Athletics. This is apparently a worse pitcher's park than Coors Field. I don't know how much I believe that. Based on what I saw, Luis Castillo didn't have a problem with this being a pitcher's park. But J.P. Sears did. He only went 4 1/3. Him only going 4 1/3 made me think, okay, they have big problems in Sacramento for the Athletics. And with that, you've got to You've got to think, how do I fix the Athletics? And unfortunately, I don't know that there's a way for them to fix it. In terms of what the Mariners had today, three times while striking out 10 times, he had 9 hits. Overall, I'd say that that's a decent performance at the plate, especially considering what could have happened and the fact that Dylan Moore was in the lineup, and Dylan Moore has been literally one of the worst players in Major League Baseball over his last couple probably 50-60 plate appearances. He's had just some of the worst numbers I've ever seen a Major League Baseball hitter put up. Whereas he is literally just down to less than a 200 batting average on the season. He's 2 for his last 70 since May 7th. Barely getting in the lineup. I understand the reasoning he was in the lineup today, and it's because JP needed a day off, especially because JP's been terrible at shortstop the whole season. He is the worst defensive shortstop in Major League Baseball right now. But with that, you've got to understand that you have him in for his bat, and his bat as the leadoff hitter is good. I do not hate the idea of Julio being a leadoff hitter and Cal being second, but I would rather have JP with his almost 400 on base be the leadoff hitter, simply due to the fact that JP is actually good at getting on base, and you don't worry about power from JP. From JP, you worry about just get on base. Can somebody move him over? Does he score? He can't steal, but that's okay. Also, Zach Naylor in his 609 previous games before coming to Seattle had never stolen 2 bases in a game. 3 games with Seattle, he's stolen 2 bases in 2 of them. And he stole a base today and hit a home run, which is just awesome. That is absolutely something that is going to bring a massive spark to this offense, and I think it's going to bring a massive spark just to the team, especially because he's playing first base, which is a position that we've struggled with the last few years, in terms of numerous things. And having a first baseman that knows how to actually play the game of baseball, plays the game in a respectful way, gets hits, gets on base, gets home runs, all those things, that's going to help these Mariners actually know what they're doing. And with that, we know that the Mariners are going to be a team that can do something in the playoffs. And I am incredibly excited to see what that might be. I don't know how much of that's going to happen, but we'll see how it works. Over on the starting pitching side, let's take a look at starting pitching. Luis Castillo went 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walk. Nobody struck out 4. Spire got a hold. 2/3 of an inning, 2/10, walked 1. We brought in Matt Brash. We brought in Matt Brash. Walked 1 and gave up a hit. But did not give up a run. Because Ben Williamson came in and made one of the most amazing plays I've ever seen. And then Andres Munoz came in, got his 24th save of the season, setting another career high. 1 inning, 1 strikeout, 1 strikeout, 5 strikeouts for the Mariners. Over for JP Sears, he goes 7-9 on the season, brings his ERA to 4.95, 7-9 on the season, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, both of them earned walk, 3 struck out 6. So it was just one of those things where attendance today 9,536, worst numbers I've ever seen for attendance at a Major League Baseball ballpark. Don't forget, you can follow me on my other platform, Sammy5436 on TikTok, multiple other YouTube accounts that are linked in the bio, and also there is Sammy54362 and Sammy54362 on Instagram. You can put me on Cameo at Sammy543. I'm on Patreon at Sammy543. The same as all of my other paid platforms. Thank you and good night.